friends or family have come to be with you today, nor in the 7 years that you have been in here. It must be very difficult to maintain hope. Remember who you once were.
I don't need a confession.
Well, thank God for that. We live in a world where everyone wants forgiveness, but no one has permission. What do you want? I'm here to help you escape.
Hi, welcome to Life as Mimi, Beyond the Secret. And today we're taking on a special request in Decoding the Bible, and it's the story of Job. Now, Neville Goddard claimed that the beginning parts in chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the book of Job were inserted by some man who, was seeing life objectively, and he just put that in there. Because, saying goes away and never comes back. Which, that's the layer he was in, and his explanation of the book is colored by his perception. And it's in our time, layers have been removed since Neville was interpreting the Bible. And it was important for the people at that time to hear it that way. Now, the story of Job is one of the oldest stories in the Bible. It's right up there with the Psalms and Proverbs. It relates to that ancient time that was from the Babylonians even before, and when wealth was seen as, lots of animals and honey and milk and these kinds of things, grain, sheep. So that's how wealth, instead of jewels or gold and silver, which is what comes out later in the later parts of the Old Testament. So the story of Job is one of the oldest stories. And it's about, from the current perception, a man who's found the laws. And the story starts off with, God's up there with the Elohim, we're all asleep, uploading. That's when we're up there saying, yeah, this is this, okay, and you're going to do that, and you're going to do that, and here we go, yeah, and then, here comes Satan, which is divine imagination. It's the human imagination with divine love. And so he steps forward and says, yeah, right. He does all this good and everything, but he's always had it good. He's learned it good. What happens if you take it away? Well, okay, go ahead. You know, he does judge others, so go ahead. And he goes, but I bet you he's gonna hold on tight to me. You know, yeah, okay. And so down goes Satan. And I love that verse in there. Oh, where have you been, Satan? I've been, here and there, hanging out, moving around. Up here, down there, all around. And it means adversary. It's not your enemy, okay? This is the guy you got to laugh at because you got to play together, okay? But you don't listen to him. So here he comes, and he strikes down, like the Chaldeans come, and these are the things that in the story at the time, he didn't like these people. They're dumbasses. So here they come to take from him. The Sabians, here they come to take from him, and destroy his family, takes all his stuff and everything. But this is a man who has found the laws. He knows better than most, okay? And he's had everything taken from him, and and he's hurt, and he's having his moment, okay? He's having his moment. He's ripping his thing, and he's crying, and he's going in, and why is this happening to me, what, and I I know, God, it's all you, and so I know it must be good somehow. But I am just not seeing it right now. You know what I mean? God is great, so we're all up there hanging out, telling our tales this is going to happen, and God's like, see? I'm telling you, Job loves me no matter what. It doesn't matter what. That dude keeps me awake. He's great, and here comes, it's the human imagination. This is the two sides of the human fighting. And the imagination, yeah, well, we could take some more stuff away, you know. Well, okay, but you can't take his life. Well, I know that. Yeah. So he goes and he takes everything, his children, his grandchildren, all that he ever had. And Job is a man who has found the lost and has been walking with God. And he goes within and says, I don't think so. What the hell? No, no, no. If this is how it's going to be, screw the day I was born. No, I do not believe this, Father. I'm not going to believe this. No. I walk with you. I talk with you. I love you. I come to you and what's going on? What's going on? So then, Neville would say the devil left. No, the devil put this all in play. The human imagination put all this into play. Because God's not there right now. He's asleep. Okay? And Job's keeping him awake. It's keeping him awake. But he believes these things about other people that they can hurt others and that they can take from you and stuff like that. But he doesn't care about the stuff, and he's very upset about his family. But he wants to know, if I followed the laws, and you and I are BFFs, what's going on? I want to fight my case. I've done nothing wrong. I love you. What's going on? So here come three of Job's quote-unquote friends. And they keep insisting, showing Job his doubt, his fear that, you must have done something wrong. This wouldn't be happening to you unless you were thinking some really grody stuff, man. And Job's like, bullshit, it's bullshit. No, no, no. No, you must have. No, no, no. No, you must have. No, no, no. See, he denies it 3 times, which is also like Peter in the New Testament denies it 3 times. And then Job, no, I know I've done nothing wrong. I know that God and I are one. I know I walk with God. My mind's been pure. What's going on? So the young man, Elihu, comes forward. And Elihu, the name Elihu means Elohim, God. So here comes the word of God to come tell him. And he tells him. And this is about a man who receives the promise. Because then God tells him, this is all going on, dude. And it's bigger than everything, And right now you can't comprehend it. But just hold on tight to me always. And it'll always be good. It will always be good. It will. Okay? All is forgiven and forgotten. Now pray for your brothers. The ones that tried to turn you away. Okay? Pray for everyone who's attacked you, and taken things from you, and don't worry about it. It's all good. and Job does. He prays for his brothers, and they change, and he prays for, you know, the ones who took the things from him, and everything comes back, And some people would tell you, it's bigger than you can conceive, so it's, not for you to worry about. But we're in a layer, science pulls that layers off. And we're in the, ripping out the layers and showing that heart of gold. So that's where we are in Moses going into Jesus, Joshua. So it's Job holding on to God and insisting, no, my mind's been good and I need an answer on why this has happened. Okay? And it's, okay, you're to love everything. It's not for you to judge others in what they do. Okay? They're me too. It's all God. Think about it. Okay? And this is what he was being told. It's all God. There's only one. So he was being shown, he was being given the promise. He was showing the whole story. And this is how it was described. We're all one. And this is for a longer time than you walk this earth as you, but it's not to be worried about, okay? Because it doesn't matter. You're right. You did hold on, and it's all good. But you need to pray for your brothers who showed you your fear and doubt, and you need to pray for the ones who took from you, because those are the ones that you judged, and they're me. So it's all good. Ah, ah, ah. So he does, and it all comes back, and he's all great, and even better than before. It all gets restored, even better than before. That's the story, okay? And he lived a life of plenty and joy and happiness, okay? And some people were like, well, they don't even go into it was a bet, and he had a bet. No, there was no bet, okay? Divine love, okay, was pointing out to God. He still judges people, If you take all this away, is he going to still hold on to you no matter what? Because if he does, fantastic. We'll restore it all, be great. If he doesn't, then he's got to come down into the muck with me. We'll go play in the muck. So, that's how it works. You can either be running around with your imagination in the muck, or you can be just keeping your mind pure and clean, and imagination and God go fly for you. They fly for you and bring you all this wonderful stuff. Santa Claus all the time. It's great. It's great. So this is the story of Job. And it really is about a man who knows better. He knows these laws. No, I've been thinking, everybody is as good as I am, and I don't think those things, and I want to know what's going on. What's going on? Huh?
The answer to my next question, which must be honest, cold, and considered, without kindness or restraint. Clara, be my pal. Tell me, am I a good man?
It's that age-old question. Am I a good man? Am I? And when Doctor Who asks that, the dialects answer him, you'd make a good dialect. And this freaks him out. When you examine your thoughts, you get freaked out. you're just as righteous for this good as that dialect is for his bad. You know, the feeling is the same. And sooner or later, both of you are going to get hit with a lightning bolt, you know, from God, which is what happened to Job. Bam! You're going to lose everything. You're at the end of your journey, buddy. Yeah, But you judged the Chaldeans, you know. Why are you surprised they're showing up to take your shit? You know? Dude, it's all God. You can't love just your world. You have to love the world, everything you're aware of. If you're aware of the Chaldeans, then they're the best. They're perfect. They're great. God is in them too. We're a team. We're team divine love. You know? Nothing could stop us. Love conquers all. God is all power. God is love. Love conquers all. God is all power. You know, that's why we like cheerleaders, really. it's affirmations, you know. You can really get into it. Oh, God is all power and God is love. Love conquers all. All is all good. And it washes all the muck away. You know, it really does. And if you notice, if you step back and look at it, if you notice people are caught up in this layer of the subconscious, which is just was our way of finding, you know, the heart of gold. So, no, a lot of people think the subconscious is doing it. No, it's not. It's God in your heart doing it with your human imagination. Your conscious and subconscious aren't doing a thing except spinning stories on one side, and on the other side is the toy chest. Everything that ever was or ever will be. You know, and you pull something out of it and it grows. God's in your heart. So if you're running around just with your imagination, you're not hanging with your heart. You put him to sleep. Okay? You wake him up with some compassion, as the Bible calls it, but that's a Greek translation that, 2,000 years ago meant with passion, not what we tell ourselves today. It meant with passion, with great feeling. Okay? So when you get, very angry, upset, frustrated, sad, happy, whatever, a great emotion, energy in motion, then you wake him up. This hurts. I don't like this. And he wakes up. What's going on, baby doll? And then the imagination tries to tell him, yeah, what do you want? I want my nose be fixed. Okay. What else do you want? I want my family back, and I want everything else. I'm done. Okay. And it all comes back. And we're at a stage in the game where we know this. We know it's our thoughts. We know it's our belief. We know it's our feelings. Okay? It seems a bit overwhelming. And you get lost in these layers of ripping this out. Let me revise that and do this and that and the other. No. Okay? This is manifesting itself as people trying to revise history, and that's bullshit. You wouldn't be here without that history. You honor them for their sacrifices, for their pain and their suffering, for the hard lessons learned on both sides. That's what you do. You love them both. Because of it, we learn to rise up And that's in your life. You don't try to change the history of your life. Then you will forget the lessons learned and have to repeat them. That is just stupid. I just see it all the time. I'm going to revise my life, everything in my past, so it can be perfect now. What? No. Forgive. Wipe it clean. Forgive. Wipe the slate clean. Now be Joe. And think about God. That's all you do. You think about God. The aspects of God. How great God is. How great life is. Because all the other stuff is foo-foo. What good is it without being alive? It's not worth anything. That's what. Okay? So you love life. And you think about the aspects of life. And you stick to it. And if something bad happens, you still hang on to God. Just like Job did. But you learn the lesson. Okay? Because you only get disciplined like that if you've been judging and you're far enough along in the road where God's telling you, you need to think about this. You know better. Do you really believe this? Do you really believe that others can come take from you? You know? Nah. I know it's all God. I get it now. There's only one God. I get it. Yes. And then Job was shown the rest. Okay? It was him realizing that last little bit that there's only one, you know, and that, you know, in the end, it'll all come back to you. Everything that you love and want to hang out with while you're here. It will. And it'll be wonderful. But it's the story of Job, like Neville said, is the story of every man. And just like the Mayans said about the Popol Vuh, it's true of everything. You know, the more a layer gets ripped away, the closer you get to the golden heart, everything changes. Your perception of what you've been reading changes. So as you use that mental diet, the ultimate mental diet, it changes how you see everything. Movies, books, you know, people, the current events of the day, the history of the past. And, you know, you're bringing it all together. You just love it. Look at what we've done, you know. In the past, you hated Hitler, and then now you understand why it happened, the way it happened. And, you know, he was the best bad guy ever. He taught us to dislike killing each other, you know, for stupid reasons. And then we got lost in those layers, you know. But it's all getting washed away. It's just getting all washed away. Because everybody's realizing you're just saying the same thing differently. So why would we do that? That makes no sense. Nonsense. No sense. You know. So it's about at this time when we look at it through our perception, you know, of today, that this is a man that already knew the laws. He knew it was God doing everything. And he praised God all the time. And he loved God and he loved everyone. And he didn't think anyone in his little world, okay, was anything but good and great and wonderful. But then, you know, divine love says, okay, well, show him this belief. You know, show him this. He believes in illness, show him that. You know, show it to him. Okay, go ahead. And it wasn't a bet. It was divine love saying, he's almost ready. Let's show him this. Let's be done. Let's bring him home. Yeah. And go, okay. So the human imagination, divine love. Okay, get ready. Here we come. Because God and the human imagination and Job have been walking together. They're just been hanging out, And that's God saying, look at Job. He's so cool. He's so fine. I love him all the time. And then that last little niggly, objective man belief. The human imagination steps forward. Hey, what's going on? Where you been, Satan? Oh, here and there, a little bit of everywhere. Look at Job. Oh, yeah, he is cute, isn't he? Yeah, but he believes this. If you take a step away from him, he might not like you so much anymore. No, you will. And that's not a test of, you're not being tested. You're being asked. Are you ready? Do you really believe anyone can hurt you? No. No, they can't. So I hope this helps. If you'd like more or something else decoded, feel free to put it down there in the suggestions and comments. I just love doing it. But I think it's one of the greatest stories out there. The one I really love because, Elihu, and his name means Elohim, and he steps forward now. You're listening to me, because that's God talking to him. Hey. But it's real, book 1 and book 2, chapter 1, chapter 2 of it is really good. And then his friends are dragged, so then you skip to chapter 34. And then you get the Elihu part. I think it's 34. Well, anyways, I hope this helps. Blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you for being you.
Oh, stupid me. Stupid. Oh, doctor. Do you get it, Cyril?
No.
Lily, you do, don't you?
No.
Of course you do. Think about it. Weak and strong. It's a translation. Translated from the base code of nature itself. You and I, Cyril, we're weak, but she's female. More than female, she's mum. How else does life ever travel? The mothership.
What's happening?
No idea. Do what I do. Hold tight and pretend it's a plan.